Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. You know, I want to tell both of you something. That my hubby the other day asked me if I won the lottery, would I still love him? And I said, well, of course I'd still love you. I'd miss you, but I'd still love you.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for myself, but anyway. Oh, and also the other day, I had a friend that asked me what I knew about Galileo. He had like some history project or something. And I said, well, he was a poor boy from a poor family.
Spare his life from this monstrosity. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
With that, I think I hear some music playing in the background.
There is music to be had. Recca'd's still here. That's amazing. Great.
Yes, he hasn't quit yet.
No,
all right.
Okay.
So welcome, greetings, salutations, and Mubark Fluff to every fur in the Podiverse. This is Barely Faircasting featuring Taebyn. I'm your guest producer for this week, Rayne Raccoon. And with me is that pup who always cracks me up, Taebyn. How the fluff are you, Taebyn?
Well, hi, I'm just like the egg that fell down. What was the egg that fell down?
Humpty Dumpty?
Yeah, because I crack you up or something. That was stupid, but I did it anyway. And Recca'd's still here. Good for you.
And still here. So yeah, as Taebyn said, our special guest co-host for this week is none other than the super awesome fur DJ Recca.
Hello. What's going on, everyone?
Recca, thank you so much for being my little
Wow.
We'll just go with that. You're my little co-host for the week, and that's very, very nice of you. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, guys.
How are you doing on this fine eve?
I'm doing very well. I think after this, I'm going to go see a movie.
Nice. What movie do you think you might see?
We're probably going to go see the new Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Wow. I have 10 wags for that. So, this pup approves. And just so Rayne said this word, Mubark Fluff. Do you know about Mubark Fluff, Mr. Recca?
You know, it's funny. I actually don't.
That is funny. I will educate you on that. So, you know how, like in Hawaiian, aloha is a general greeting. It could mean hello, goodbye, that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, in fur, this is official. It's in the official, whatever makes it official thing. Mubark Fluff is furry for that. So let's try it out. Mubark Fluff, Recca.
Mubark Fluff.
There you go. Okay, good job. So make sure
am I supposed to put an accent or like a tilde on it? So Mubark Fluff.
Mubark Fluff. Ooh, you could do. Actually, you could do a special Recca, like it's an ordained Recca, but you could go like Mubark Fluff, and that could be your own special Mubark Fluff.
I like it.
Okay, good. So spread
We'll
the
add
word
that to Fluffster's dictionary.
Yes. There are outshoots of Mubark. Wow. I think we're getting off the rails already, because that's what I do. So, Mr. Recca, I have a question for you. I have a few questions for you, and I'm going to ask you one right now. So, how long have you been a furry, and what got you into the fandom?
Oh, gosh. I want to say probably about 16, 17 years.
Wow, long time for.
Yeah. I actually got into the fandom via anime. I met a bunch of furries at an anime convention, and they were like super cool.
Yeah,
and
nice.
I found out that they were kind of like local, and I just started hanging out with them, and we got into the fandom that way. And then found out, because I was in Florida at the time.
Okay.
And I started going to what was known as the Paw Pet Show back then, but it's now Megaplex.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun time back then. Everything's definitely different now.
Things are different. It's not so fun anymore. I mean, hello. We've got this puppy telling you to say Mubark Fluff and stuff. It's like, what is that about? I don't know.
Well, that doesn't bother me. That's fine.
But that's fine. Maybe I should have actually started with. So any fur that doesn't know DJ Recca is a DJ, and he puts on amazing sets and shows at FurCon. This pup At the dances, that's definitely one of the dances this pup is always at. And I'm always impressed, Mr. Recca, that like you remember who I am. I come up on stage and like you remember who I am somehow. And that's very amazing of you. You have an amazing memory.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. How could we forget you though? You're the little dancing dog.
I'm the dancing. There you go. We'll go with that. We will go move our fluff. We will go with that. And so yeah. So any for that doesn't know, definitely you should check out Recca'd stuff. He's got some really hopping tunes and stuff that he does. So what style or genre would you classify your DJing and music?
Well, as of now, I kind of evolve over the time. I started on drum and bass on vinyl, and now I'm playing mostly like club style, electro house, housey vibes, stuff like that. But I would say my main genre for the most part is electro house.
Nice. Yeah, I would have to agree. Like you go into the dance floor when Rec is there, and it's like there is so much electricity in this house, and it's just great stuff. So what is your favorite thing about DJing?
Oh gosh, honestly, it's being able to be up on stage and give my energy to the crowd, give it to the people. I just sometimes it even brings like a tear to my eye, just seeing everybody
Very nice.
dancing and having a
Yeah,
good time, and just that's what I live for, and it's great. I love doing that.
that's awesome. This pup is a sense of pup, so I can totally get that, and that's so neat. So what then did actually get you into DJing? Like how long ago, and what made you realize you wanted to do this?
Well, hold on a second. Before that, I want to ask
Oh,
DJ
Sure.
Recca a question. So, Recca, I DJ'd at A&W, my first
Mhm.
big FurCon DJing,
Yeah,
and you were kind of the point of contact for all of that.
that's correct.
And you were
I am the
also
coordinator.
yes, you were also a super helpful mentor. And I
Oh,
want to
thanks,
thank
man.
you so much for that because I did not think to record my first set at Get Out the Float before that. And you reminding me, hey, you should record your set so that you can post it was a big help. And I
Oh,
really
you're welcome,
appreciate
man.
you helping out a starting out DJ Raccoon here.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. That was
Yeah.
and your set was super fun. It was
Oh,
very
thank
good. I
you.
really enjoyed it. So,
I
yeah,
enjoyed
no
playing
problem.
it. Seeing everybody out there dancing, like you said, it almost brings a tear to your eyes because like so many people are just having fun and vibing to your music.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, DJing is so much fun because you get to make people happy, and I think that's why I love it so much.
Yeah, same. Honestly,
that's
same.
amazing.
Okay,
Maybe
continue with your question, Taebyn.
I like it. I like making other furs happy. Maybe I should get into DJing,
Ooh, maybe
or
you
I could
should.
just. I'm pretty good at like flopping around on the dance floor thing, so maybe I can flop around on the
You can
DJ
come
thing
up on
too.
stage with me anytime you want, Taebyn.
Yeah, same.
Nice. Oh well, you're both so nice, and Rayne has I think, a good chance of being a DJ at Furlandia coming up here soon too. So that'll be great.
Here's hoping.
Good luck.
I just might have to take you up on that, getting up like a horsey on stage and neighing at you. I guess I
Yes,
don't have
horses neigh.
nay, nay,
And they whinny.
nay, no, nay, no. We're not doing that. What got you into like? How long have you been DJing, and what got you into it and making you realize this is what you want to do, make every fur happy, and all that good stuff?
I've been doing it for about 15 years, pretty much almost at the start of my coming into the fandom
Very nice.
story. I actually started on Second Life. I know.
You were DJing on Second Life?
Yeah. And
Really? Wow.
it's funny. I was actually just I had no gear. I was just doing playlist DJing via Icecast and oh god, I think I was using Winamp at the time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
And
that's old school. That's
and
hardcore.
it's funny. I was actually doing classic rock.
Oh,
Nice. Winamp
Yeah.
is coming back. They've
I
actually
know. I saw
started
it.
a new app.
Yeah, I
They're
saw it.
refreshing everything.
wow.
And just honestly, like just watching, obviously the avatars just dance around and stuff like that. It was fun. And on Second Life, you make tips and stuff like that. And then gosh, I was making like almost $300 or $400 a month in
Really? Just
tips.
off Second Life DJing. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep doing this. So it's funny, I actually had a really nice Fuji camera and I went on Craigslist and I traded my camera for 2 turntables and a mixer
Oh,
on some
wow.
guy on Craigslist.
Nice.
Straight trade, and I started learning that way. But I had a little bit of help from Tech Fox at the time, because I had saw him at FWA 2008,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of like showed me the ropes a little bit because I didn't know what I was doing, especially on vinyl. I'd never touched that in my life,
Hmm.
and he kind of showed me the ropes, what I need to do, and I just kept practicing and practicing.
Very nice. When was your first live show? Was it at a FurCon or was it somewhere else?
Gosh, my first live show. I want to say it was Megaplex 2008.
When you were still in Florida.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm
Very
I'm
good.
like 90% sure that was my first show.
2000. Oh, so that was actually way at the beginning of your DJing career.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. So what is your least favorite thing, dare I ask, about DJing?
Oh gosh. Least favorite thing. That's actually a tough question. I would say maybe spending so much time like researching the music, because it takes a
Ah,
lot of time out of your day, week, month, and then you have to buy all this stuff, and it comes out of your own pocket. Like, I don't get paid to do FurCons or anything like that, so
yeah.
it's all out of my own money.
Yeah, and I've wondered about the time commitment thing too, because I mean, you got to put together your set, which is got to be way time consuming as it is. You got to research music, and then you got to actually put it together, which means you got to
Yep.
load it all up and string it together and get the transitions just right and everything.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
Now,
imagine.
since I do have the time behind me, like 15 years, that's a long time. So
Yeah,
nowadays I can just walk on stage with a USB, have nothing, don't have no idea what I'm going to play, and just plug in and just read the crowd the entire night.
That is my goal.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
Because right
Yeah,
now I carry a whole bunch of equipment up to the stage.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm tired of that. Like, I've been doing it for so long. And like,
Yeah.
even in the beginning, I was taking my records with me across
Oh my
country.
gosh.
Oh no.
Yeah, carrying
Yeah.
equipment is the worst. That's
It's
the only thing I don't like about DJing.
Yeah, now it's just, hey, plug into the CDJs on stage, bring a USB, bring them back up just to make sure you have it, and just go with the flow. And
Nice.
honestly, those are the most fun sets that I do. And you know what? I'm not perfect. I screw up sometimes, and you just got to go with it.
Nobody knows if you don't tell them.
That's true.
This was the biggest joke that Recca has ever said in his life, and that was hilarious. Recca, thank you for that. So, speaking of things that are stupid, I had this thing that I started. What am I even talking about? I don't have any idea. So I'm just going to say, I started a little while ago, like in chats, just when it's time to like do the show, asking some chats like, "What's the word for today?" And so then birds give me random words. So I would like to tell you the random words I got for this week.
All right, what you got?
Mad Dog from the A&W chat says quesadilla. So there is a word that we said. And Orzo Tasty Eagle from the FC chat, his word. Oh, this chokes me up so much. Oh,
Are we having another vowel movement?
His word is cough.
Yes.
I'm having a. Last week, I had a vowel movement, and I forget
You
why
did.
I did. I can't wait to hear about my vowel movement again. But so, Orzo Tasty Eagle's word is maestro, or maestro. However do you pronounce that?
Maestro.
Maestro. Not your stro, but maestro. Speaking of things that, I'm not going to finish that sentence. I'm just going to say Fiber from Denver chat says his word is gabapool. And I don't know what that means, but that's his word.
I don't know what that is either.
I don't either. Bark Ruffalo from the Furlandia chat. His word is catabolism. And his sentence involving the word is catabolism, every first almost tired thumb. And I don't know if he had trouble typing with his pauses or what, but so I wanted again to say, because this is an important sentence, catabolism, every first almost tired thumb. I need to make sure to repeat. Rayne, make sure I say this sentence at the beginning or somewhere in every show. So shout out to Bark Ruffalo for that. I don't. TikTok from BFFT chat. He has 2 words: Gardyloo and discorporate. Gardyloo and disc. Recca is still here. I am so happy that you have not.
I mean, am I supposed to just leave?
No, I mean, I'm hoping not. If you
No,
to just,
I wouldn't do that.
You
That's
can't
rude.
do that just yet because it's not autumn. Because you don't leave until autumn.
Oh, wow. I can
That
make
was
like a tree and leave.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. He got it. He got every furry. You heard it here first. Recca actually got one of my puns, so that's great. And Aqua the Fox from TFF chat says bird is because the bird is the word. So
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird.
that was his word. So shout out to Mad Dog, Orzo, Tasty Eagle, Fiber, Bark Ruffalo, TikTok, and Aqua the Fox for your words for the week.
Yay.
Pretty much. And so what does that bring us to now, Rayne? And I would normally ask you, actually, maybe I'll try this. So all you furs, Recca hasn't been my co-host on the show before, so he doesn't know. But we have different segments on the show. We're like a variety show type thing, as maybe you've already gathered. So do you want to take a guess by looking at the show notes what our next segment of the show is now?
The past today?
Yes, good job. Yes, so Recca is up to speed with his DJing electro housey viber. That's a cross between vibing and getting enough fiber. I don't know. So let's just do the past today. Do you know what the past today is, Mr. Recca?
I'm guessing it's something that happened in the past on this date.
Very close, but not quite, because Taebyn has his mic muted. Can't hear him speaking.
Hi. You
Hi.
could not.
It's
I'm
the
back.
past that happened on the podcast in previous episodes, where we wanted to just kind of go back over it and talk about what we thought of it now, today.
I mean, usually, it's either one of us said something wrong and we're correcting ourselves because you got to get it right, or there was just something in a past episode that we listened to, again, for whatever reason, and want to talk about it. So, Recca, I'll ask you, do you have any past today to talk about?
Negative.
I had a feeling that would be correct. Because, Recca, have you ever heard any of episodes of the show before?
I listened to episode... Oh, God, it was like a random one. It was like season 2, like, I don't know, 30 or something like that.
Oh, very, very nice. Was it?
That's a good vintage.
I don't remember what was on it.
No, we don't. We totally don't either. Do you remember if there was a guest or anything? There was
no.
a time we had a bunch of guests.
There was no guest.
Because your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, it's true. But we have had some so shout out to all you first that are new joining the show. Back in season 1 and season 2, we had lots of good guests. We've had Uncle Kage, we've had Kyle Gold, we've had Ruckus, we've had who else has we've had so many, Rayne, I can't even think.
Ben Diskin. Yes.
Do you know who Ben Diskin is?
I do.
Yeah, we had this pup right here got to talk to Jack. I still wag about that. It's amazing.
Those some good guests.
Yeah, Ben Diskin.
We've had Cassie Sivet. We've also had the creator of Easy Cool Down Vests, Easy Wolf.
Nice.
Easy Wolf. Yeah.
Yes.
No, we've had him. Fox and Moore, Pepper, Coyote.
Right.
We've had like a ton of really, really great furs in the fandom and stuff.
Yes,
and
amazing.
And
we do have another cool guest coming up next week. So all you furs should pay attention because there's a good spotlight on coming out soon.
Yeah, we've had kind of a dry spell. It's like we think the pandemic ended, and so furs had like other things to do besides show up on this crazy little show thing that we do. So anyway, so we're so happy to have you, Recca, as our first guest in a long time and your co-host. That's amazing.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me. You know what? I might maybe I'll reach out to Jonah Scott,
Nice.
voice actor for Legoshi.
That is great because we've been trying to get him forever. He's been so busy.
Yeah, I'll hit him up on Discord and see what he says.
Awesome. Thank you so much because
that would be very
we
awesome.
really love him and we really want him to come on the show. But
Yeah, he's a good dude.
yeah, we even tried to get Fluke actually knows him, and Fluke, gave me contact information, and it just keeps going around in circles. We have not been able to get a hold of him.
And can you
I feel
imagine?
that. He's a busy man.
Indeed.
I wag so much. I'm still wag because I got to talk to Jack for like 7 minutes, and that was amazing.
Okay.
And for this pup to also talk to Legoshi, like the wagging, I don't know if it's actually legal, the amount of wagging that would be going on. Anyway, yes, no, thank you for doing that. That would be great. And what is next? Oh, Pass Today. That's right. That's what we're doing. So you don't have a Pass Today. I have one Pass Today. Last week on the show, we were talking about a show I watched that was quote unquote self-contained. And it's one of those that it had one season and that's all there was to it. They didn't even want to do another season because they said what they wanted to say, and it was great. And it's one of those things that would be horrible if they tried to make another season. It's like you just stop there. So, and then I tried to remember another show that was like that I watched that had Neil Patrick Harris in it, but I forgot the name. So I looked it up, and the name of the show is Jack and Bobby from 2005. And I mean, there's nothing else to say but that. And that's how the Past Today works. We say random things that we thought about, and it's stupid. So there it is. Aren't you proud to be a part of that, Recca?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was. You're not even going to have to go see a movie after this now. You'll just be reeling from all the excitement that's happening to you right now.
Oh, I'm still going to go.
Okay. That's fair. So that means that. Oh, there's a thing that happens next. And what is that thing that happens next?
Oh, is that to me?
That is to you. You're my co-host. You know everything, right?
That's right. I keep forgetting. So, well, you've already done a couple puns, so we'll skip that part.
He still has to do 5 quick puns.
No. So this is the thing. So
yeah, he has
to.
It's mandatory.
There is or a poptatory, as the case may be.
Oh, poptatory, yes. Sorry.
Yes.
I mean,
that's
to be
one.
species.
There are a lot of puns just naturally on the show, but I do specifically every now and then on the show. I do specifically 5 quick puns where I just like bam, 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 bam. I just say 5 quick puns because I like to do that. So I'm just going to do that right now. Are you ready?
Dude, I'm ready.
That's not one of the puns. That's just me needing more fiber, I guess. I don't know. I'll just start. So, I once swallowed a buck of cinnamons. It gave me the sorest throat I've ever had. I stopped by a roadside stand that said lobster tails are $2. I paid my $2 and the guy says, once upon a time there was a lobster. Picard said, I'm always so tired when April 1st comes around. Riker says, well, why is that? Picard says, it's like I just finished a 31-day march. I sat down at dinner at a restaurant, and the waiter asked me, do you want to hear today's special? I said, well, yes, please. He said, no problem, sir. Today is special. And I didn't think I was fat until the woman at McDonald's said, sorry about your weight. And that's how 5 quick puns work.
Nice.
And Recca still did. That's so great. That's great. Okay. Oh, and we're supposed to mention a thing. Rayne, I'll let you mention the thing.
Okay, so I want to mention that Obscure Movie Quotes is going to be every even episode. And we will do the answers to the Obscure Movie Quotes every even episode so that you can get a chance to try and tell us what the movie quotes are. So since this is an odd episode, we will not be doing it. But next week, we will be giving the answers to episode 50's Obscure Movie Quotes.
And have more obscure movie quotes.
And we will have actually more obscure movie quotes. Yes.
So examples of this are, so Recca, for example, what was like one of your obscure movie quotes from last week, Rayne?
One of my obscure movie quotes from last week was, well, actually all 3 of them were from sci-fi movies that came out in 1979 and 1980. And if I tell them now, that will spoil the answers for next week. So I don't want to do that. But one of them was from a Disney movie. I'll just give you that.
And then, I had some too. And I'll just say, like, one of them, I won't say where it was from, but For example, one of my obscure movie quotes was, "There's no place like home." And I'm pretty sure no fur's going to get that, but it'll be really interesting to see next week if any fur got that.
It's fair.
Yeah, very, very good. So that's what that is. Oh, and now I have a thing, it turns out. Recca, have you ever heard of lateral thinking puzzle?
Pretty sure I have.
Okay. To your recollection, do you remember what one is?
Not really.
Okay, well, let me explain. So it's kind of like 25 questions, but you're not limited to 25 questions, and you're not trying to figure out what the noun is or the word is. You're trying to figure out what the situation is. So, so I'd like to do this. I won't do an example. We'll just do one as an example, and we'll let Rayne and Recca work on this one.
Okay.
So what happens
is...
is...
Disclaimer, Recca, this is sometimes really, really hard. Sometimes really, really easy. So we just have to figure out the situation.
Yeah. Sure. So
BFFT takes no responsibility for any brain damage that this causes anyone else.
It's true. So I'll tell you a situation, and then I'll ask you a question about it. And then you're supposed to figure out how what happened, like what the answer to the question. Now, there's many possibilities for what could have happened, but the point of the thing is to ask me questions to try and figure out, step by step, figure out the particular reasoning that I have in mind. And I can only answer with yes, no, or the other word is doesn't matter. But there's an I word that means doesn't matter. What is the word?
You just did it to me again. I had the word.
Oh,
and you had to say you couldn't remember it. And now I can't remember
now
it.
I can't remember it. So we'll just say I'll answer with either yes, no, or doesn't matter. We'll just go with that.
Okay.
We'll do that way, yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
So here's the situation. A man is lying dead in a field. Next to him, there is an unopened package. There is no other creature in the field. How did he die? And again, there's many possible scenarios you could figure out, but you're trying to ask me questions and try and figure out the exact scenario I have in mind.
Okay, so man's laying dead in a field with an unopened package next to him. And there's, what was the last part? There's no animals by him?
There's no other creature, not only animals, but there's no other creature in the field. How did he die?
Are there any tracks and like footprints?
See, it's that. Oh, the word is irrelevant. Is the other one? Okay, so
that's correct.
No, irrelevant. Let me think. Is that relevant or not? And this is sometimes difficult for me because I don't want to like throw you off accidentally by answering. So I'm going to say irrelevant.
Okay.
Is the package something like that's been sent through the mail?
We'll say no.
Is the package some type of food?
No.
Does the package have any writing on the outside?
I'll go with irrelevant.
Is the body bloody?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Did the body fall from a great height?
Oh my cow. Yes, it did.
Ah.
Okay. I think I'm getting close.
Is the package actually a backpack? Like, would you put it on?
You would put it on. Yes.
I think we both know what it is. You want to go ahead and take it, Recca?
I'm going to say it's a skydiver. And
that's what I think too.
Parachute.
And what?
An unopened parachute.
Yes, you're amazing.
Yay, we both got it.
The man jumped from a plane, but his parachute had failed to open. The parachute is the unopened package lying next to him. Very good. You two are like so smart. I wish I were as smart as you.
Just deduction.
It is. They're very fun, and as you can probably imagine, just like Rayne said, some of them can be really hard. Some of them are like way too easy. But there it is. There it is. So that's my lateral thinking puzzle for you.
Nice. That was good. I like that.
Yeah.
That was an actually good one. Yes.
It was a good one. Ooh. Do you want to do another one?
Sure. Why not?
Sure.
Because hold on. I think I have another good one here that I don't remember if I've actually said on the show. So if I've already said this one and you remembered, Rayne, you don't get to participate.
Okay.
But I don't think I said this one. So the situation is a man walks into a bar and asks the barman for a glass of water. The barman pulls out a gun, points it at the man. The man says, "Thank you," and walks out. What is going on?
I think you have told this one. I don't remember the answer, but I am not going to participate because I might remember the answer as soon as we start asking a few questions.
Oh, it's all you, Recca. It's all you.
Okay. Did the man say anything when he left?
All he said was thank you. Those are the only
That's
facts.
not yes or no, but
right. So yes.
yes. Okay. Okay. Is there anybody else in the bar?
Irrelevant.
Ooh. Okay. The man behind the bar, does he look like a bartender?
Yes.
Is it nighttime?
Irrelevant. So I'll say it again, and then maybe that will help. Maybe you're forgetting a thing. So a man walks into a bar and asks the bartender, I'll say, for a glass of water. The bartender pulls out a gun, points it at the man. The man says thank you and walks out. What is going on?
Did he get the water?
No.
Huh. I'm actually not sure. That's a tough one.
Let's see. I wonder if there's a hint I can give that doesn't give it away. But this might or might not give it away, but I'll try this. The bartender was trying to help the man in curing something.
I don't think that helped me.
Definitely did not do the helping you thing. Okay.
No. That didn't turn on any light bulbs there.
Well, in order to maintain your and our sanity, I'll just tell you what it is. So
okay.
The bartender could tell the man had hiccups as soon as he asked for a glass of water. He drew the gun in order to shock him. And the shock, of course, the shock being well known for a cure for hiccuping, it worked, so the man no longer needed the water. He thanked the bartender and left.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have come up with that answer.
That was a harder one, yeah. As we say, some of them are easier, some of them are a little bit harder. But that's that. And on that note, I have to go refill my little puppy dish. So while I'm gone, you and Rayne talk about, let's see, let me give you a subject. Talk about the meaning of squirrels falling from a tree after eating a papaya fruit that had issues sitting on the chair. Discuss.
Okay.
Once he's gone, we can just make up whatever we want to make up because he won't actually listen to this. Well, he will listen to it eventually, but it doesn't really matter what we say because he has no control over what we do.
That's funny.
So yeah, like if you need to take a break, now would be a good time to do it. But if you want to sit here and just chat about stupid stuff, we can do that.
Now I'm just trying to see what time I'm gonna try to make this movie.
So the new Dungeons and Dragons movie, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you a Chris Pine fan?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like him.
I actually kind of like him a lot too. He definitely was a very good Captain Kirk.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think he's kind of funny in this role, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Have you already seen it?
I have not. I am
okay.
I'm actually really, really wanting to go see it. It's just I have not had a chance to because busy with all kinds of stuff. You know how it is.
Yeah.
A DJ's work is never done. And I'm a DJ and a co-producer, so it's a wonder I have any time to myself.
Hi,
Taebyn.
Hi. Did you thoroughly discuss my issue that I had?
Oh yeah, sure. We definitely did.
I can't wait to hear this episode and see how all that turned out.
Yeah. So Taebyn.
Hi.
Yeah, I think it's time for That's Just Stupid. And since you are the host this week, you get to read That's Just Stupid.
Oh my cow.
I get to sit back and listen to you read these.
And this will be exciting because I haven't read these yet. So we'll see if I know what words are.
So Recca, this is a spot that Barely put in thinking that it would only last a couple of weeks. And it's pretty much lasted through the entirety of season 3 because there's a lot of stupid in this world.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we just didn't think there was that much stupid in the world, but it just keeps coming. And this week's That's Just Stupid pretty much follows up with last week's. Taebyn's going to take us through That's Just Stupid.
Are you stupid or something? Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
That's just stupid. So our first notable thing is Connecticut's Croc King. Apparently, Connecticut has a Croc King, and the Croc King collects more than 2,000 pairs of Crocs. Like the shoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Why would someone do that? I don't know. Let's read on and find out. So a Connecticut man known as the Croc King is seeking Guinness World Record. There's so much...
That's
like,
why.
That's why. Like, a lot of these are Guinness Book of World Records things. They're, like, so stupid. Do not even put that in a book. Come on. So Guinness Book of World Records recognition for his collection of more than 2,000 pairs of this divisive footwear. Divisive. Okay. His name is Dookie Lish Sand Tiger. That's kind of a fun name.
Is he a furry?
Well, see, that's my first thought. He just might be. I don't know.
That's kind of why I picked it, because I wasn't sure either.
Yeah, I don't think Sand Tiger is a real last name, like, in the world.
Yeah, I don't think that's like a thing. Only in the furry fandom would your last name be Sand Tiger.
Yeah, exactly.
He's 32 and he said his initial distaste for the rubber clogs changed when he got his first pair at the age of 16. But now he's collecting them? There's so many things I could say about them. They're so stylish, they're fun, they're colorful, and to me it's like each pair is an empty canvas. He told the CT Insider, okay, Sand Tiger's collection now features 2,127 different pairs of Crocs, and he regularly updates the count on his Instagram page. Okay, so Mr. Sand Tiger here, let's just recap. Mr. Sand Tiger has an Instagram page where you can follow and find out the new count every day of how many Crocs he has. I feel this is very stupid, and that's why this would be that's the stupid segment. What are your thoughts, Recca, on the situation at hand? At top, as it were.
As somebody who doesn't have any, I honestly, like, whatever you want to spend your money on, dude, you do you. Like, I don't really care. Like, honestly, like, if that's seriously, you want 2,127 pairs of Crocs. Okay. Yeah, you do you.
You do you. I'm not going to follow your Instagram account where
not
you
either.
Show your Crocs every day, but thank you for that. It's true. So Sand Tiger said he is hoping his collection will earn him Guinness Book World Record for largest current collection. I mean, you've got to, like, if you want to be in the Guinness Book of World Records, you've got to, like, really stretch it out there and, like, go for the stupidest things, I think, these days, because all the, like, things that make sense have been done. He also said that he hopes one day to show off his collection in a Crocseum.
Well, that's kind of like, you know what? That's kind of like the what are those? The pop figures. There's that one. Oh gosh, I can't remember. I want to say it's like pre-pandemic. There was some dude who had like thousands and thousands of pop figurines.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I think those are cool. Like, I guess nowadays it doesn't really matter since pop is like, they closed down the Washington location and threw away millions of dollars worth of pop figurines.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, they're not as caffeinated anymore because they threw away all that pop. So maybe on that note, I'll just move on to the next. Speaking of that's so stupid, move on to the next story. Pet kangaroo on loose in Tennessee. Now, Recca, this is interesting because I want to say for the last like 3 weeks or something on the show, there's been at least one story about like animals coming loose. There's been several stories, in fact, about like animals escaping from zoos, and like the zookeepers don't know how they keep doing it. But so there's like a lot for some reason animals escaping things. So apparently we have another. Oh, and it's a kangaroo in Tennessee. That's interesting. Okay.
It's not Renegade.
It's not Renegade. He's not. He's in Texas.
Yes.
A Tennessee family is asking for the public's help to find their unusual runaway pet, a kangaroo. Todd and Stacey Watson of Sparta said their 9-month-old, it's a young one, 9-month-old kangaroo, Bo, escaped from their home through a door that had been left open. I mean, if you leave open the door and you have
it's on you.
Yeah, your rue is definitely on you. Ha! Oh, that rhyme. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Todd Watson put out a plea for help on social media, asking the public to report any sightings but not attempt to catch Bo themselves, as the marsupial could become spooked and flee the area. Spooked! Let's all say that together. Spooked. 1, 2, 3. Spooked!
Spooked.
Spooketed.
That's an...
That's pretty close.
I think Recca's spooked was a lot better than ours, actually.
Yeah, he adds the emphasis on the click.
You have to ad lib.
You do. You gotta improv these things, definitely. I wouldn't say it's actually like losing a child, but it's pretty close. Todd Watson told WYMT TV the couple bought Bo from an exotic pet sale in Cookville, and they said the pet had spent most of his life indoors at their home. Apparently, Tennessee Wildlife does not require permits for residents to own raccoons too, but kangaroos. Wow. Yeah. So, Rayne, you could definitely be owned in Tennessee.
I don't want to be owned.
Or in Tennessee.
Or in Tennessee, actually, as it becomes empty. Yeah. That's actually a better point. Oh, look, speaking of escaping things, our next story is about an African antelope that is on the loose after Massachusetts zoo escape. Oh, okay, so now we've got another zoo escape. That's amazing. So a Massachusetts zoo confirmed an eland antelope is on the loose after escaping from the facility during a recent storm. That was me having a storm of non-fiber in my diet.
Taebyn, we need to get you some fiber supplements.
We really need I really gotta eat more wheat or something. The Lupa Zoo in Ludlow said a recent storm caused a tree to fall on the paddock housing the... Oh, I see. Emphasis on the right syllable here. Caused a tree to fall on the paddock that was housing the eland antelope, which is a species native to Africa, okay, but now to Massachusetts. A female antelope remained in the enclosure, but the male, just like any good male, fled the zoo and has been seen wandering in Ludlow and Wilbraham. Do the dun-dun-dun thing, Reed. Yeah, there we go. We're doing... I love Recca's little laugh. That was so cute. That was awesome. We are doing everything to get him home and have notified all the authorities, the zoo said in a Facebook post on Thursday. Animal control said on social media the antelope is a non-aggressive herbivore, but warned the animal can kick if approached from behind and startled like a horse. Don't startle a kangaroo like a horse. Nay, says
or
the follower.
Or an antelope.
Or an antelope, yeah.
Or an antelope. Even. And apparently it will not rear on hind legs. So, anyway, that's the stupid news for the week. And actually, our stupid news has turned into a stupid / odd things, and I think there's some little bit of both in our stories for the week. So there
Still
it
usually
is.
More stupid than odd, but
yeah,
there it is.
I mean, if there's any time that I were in the news, I think it would be more of a stupid thing. Because, oh, there's a puppy trying to eat a carrot again. Does he not care at all? No, okay. Rayne, do it.
Get on with it. Yes,
Yeah.
get on with it.
Oh, Recca, you had no idea what you were getting yourself into now, did you?
Actually didn't.
I actually didn't. And it's usually best that any co-host does not listen to too many of our episodes because, well, then they might not be our co-host anymore. Anyway.
You're muted again, Taebyn.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
A joke.
I don't know what you heard. Did you hear about the... Oh, yeah,
We
you
heard,
heard about
we heard
the
nothing
carrot,
because you were muted.
I was muted.
Yes.
I won't try. I know there's something there, but I'm not going to try.
Yeah, you need to tell a joke. A funny one this time.
Thank you. Yes.
Ooh, got him.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. This is Taebyn. I don't know if he can actually do that. See, the good thing about how this pup like dancing at FurCons is like, it's so loud, you can't hear what I say. So I'm just flopping around on stage or on the floor or whatever, and you don't have to listen to me try and tell a joke or anything. But Now you are stuck with me trying to tell you about a little boy that wanted $100 really badly. Recca, would you like to hear about a little boy that wanted $100 really badly?
Sure.
I love that. Sure, Taebyn. Why not? So a little boy wanted, as I said, $100 really badly. And he prayed for 2 whole weeks to get his $100. But nothing happened. I won't comment on that. Then he decided to write a letter to the Lord requesting the $100. So now he's going to write a letter to the Lord please. When the postal authorities received the letter addressed to the Lord, it was addressed to Lord, USA, but so they saw this and they decided to send this moving letter on to President Clinton. Apparently Clinton was president at the time, so this was a while ago. The president was so impressed and touched and amused that he instructed his secretary to send the little boy a $5 bill, as this would appear to be a lot of money to the little boy. The little boy was delighted with the $5 bill when he got it, and he sat down to write a thank you letter to the Lord. It said, "Dear Lord, thank you so very much for sending me the money. However, I noticed that for some reason you had to send it through Washington, D.C., and as usual, those jerks deducted $95. And
that sounds about right.
That sounds about right. I mean, really, when it comes down to it, that's about it. Yes. So that brings us to what segment of our show tonight, Mr. Recca?
The media.
The media! Make a sound, Rayne.
Aw.
Do you have the... Oh, I'm going to say words for a second. I'm going to say like 3 words. And then I want you to play the crickets. You got it? Okay, so moo, bark, fluff. Okay. Oh, my cow. So, Recca, apparently I get off the rails, as it were, sometimes. Rayne? So, media is our section of the show in which, all you furs out there should see, like, Rayne's just shaking his head and, like,
it's
putting
great.
his head in his face. And it's like, Taebyn.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Okay, so apparently the villagers want me to get on with it, so we will. So the media section, of course, is our segment where we just talk about what we've been watching or reading or games we've been playing, and just the media stuff we've been doing this past week. Let other furs know what's out there, but also just to talk about what we've been doing. So I will start, because I've actually got a few things. So I have been watching Agroscope, and of course, Recca, you probably know the show Agroscope.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, because, well, Ben Diskin, if nothing else. And so season 5 is out, so I've been watching that for lunchies. You know, you probably know South Park. Season 26 is out, and I've been watching that for lunchies. Of course, I can only watch like 1 episode per week because they're being, they're in the process of still releasing them weekly. And we started last week, so I talked about this last week a little bit, but we've continued watching House of Dragons. So, Recca, have you heard of House of Dragons?
Yeah, it's the Game of Thrones.
Yes. Or I guess it's House of the Dragon, isn't it? But
right.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Have you seen any of House of Dragon? House of the Dragon?
Actually, I have not. That is on my list. I was watching Last of Us.
Oh, I have not seen Last of Us.
Yeah,
what is Last of Us about?
Really good. So that's based off of the video game.
Oh, okay. Cool. One of those. Nice.
Yeah, it's a really good adaptation. It's actually really, really good.
I might have to, I'm going to write that down and check that out. House of the Dragon's really good. We've also been we started watching a Netflix show called The Healing Powers of Dude. Have either of you, Rayne or Recca, heard of this show?
Have not.
Nope.
It's actually really cute. So it's about an 11-year-old named Noah, and he has social anxiety disorder. And, he's a middle schooler, so he has to face all that with, like, really bad social anxiety disorder. So to help with this, he has an emotional support dog whose name is Dude, and I think he's a Pomeranian. Anyway, it's a really cute show, actually, and it's just a really cute, good show. I'd recommend checking it out. I think there's only one season right now, but it's on Netflix, and it's it's a little 27, 30-minute thing. So if you just need to watch something for lunch or something, you can just start watching it. But it's a pretty good little show. So yeah, I'd say check that out. And they do the thing where the doggies talk and everything. So it's good. It's good. Check it out. Check it out. I say check it out.
Will do, definitely.
Let's see. So I've been playing a few games. So there's this game a few weeks ago barely in the media, or I forget, the Furries in the news section, he listed off 10 of the current best furry games, and one of it was a card game called Abstios or something, and it sounded really good because I like card games and furry and all that. And so the question is, have I tried playing it yet? The answer is no, not really. So that's my excitement about that. Have you heard of the game Bloons, Mr. Recca?
No.
So Bloons is an amazing tower defense game that I got Rayne hooked on. It's a really, really fun.
It's true.
It's really true. You're like these. So the premise is like there's these balloons. I mean, you know what a tower defense game is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So you've got these balloons that are trying to get into the monkey village, and your monkeys and your towers are the monkeys, and you're trying to pop the balloons before they can. And it's a cute game. And there's a gay druid monkey he's such a gay monkey, my lord.
And a really hot archer monkey named Quincy.
And Rayne likes the Quincy quite a lot.
Guilty.
So, but it's a really fun, good game. And they recently, like within the last week, got a new monkey tower, the Beast Handler, which is really fun and interesting and cool. So all you furries that like balloons, if you don't know, check out the new Monkey Tower Beast Handler. And I've also been playing. So thank you, shout out to Rayne, because he recently sold me his because he got a new VR Oculus, and so he sold me his old one, which was really great, and so now I have a VR. It's kind of hard to put on my little puppy head because of my floppy ears and stuff, so it takes a few minutes, but once I get it on, it's really great. So I've been playing Beat Saber a lot. Me and my hubby have both been playing Beat Saber. It's really fun. Like, it's really addictive. Recca, do you have an Oculus or have you done the VR stuff?
Yeah, I have 2 Vive Pro Eyes and I have a Quest 2.
Oh, wow. You are on it. Yeah, I got the Quest 2 and lots of good stuff. I haven't signed on and gotten into the VR chat stuff yet, but that's definitely on the horizons for me. And so I haven't been reading any books, but here are some books that I found out about that actually sound pretty interesting. Would you both like to hear about some books that sound pretty interesting?
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
So first one is called How to Write Big Books. The author is War and Peace.
That's terrible.
That is. And another book is...
Is it bad I just got that?
No, I'll give you points. I'll give you hustle points for that. How's that? There's another really good book. It sounds very good. For those of you that want to get into archery, it's called The Art of Archery, and the author is Bow and Arrow, middle initial N. There's another...
You never know with Taebyn whether or not stuff he's saying is actual truth or if it's another setup for a joke.
There's another really good sounding book, Desert Crossing. It's about like a guy that gets stranded in the desert, and it's all about his trials and tribulations and all that. Sounds really good. It's by let's see, her first name is it's Miss Camel. Her first initial is I. Oh, and it gives her middle name is Rhoda. So it's by I Rhoda Camel. And there's this other really cool book. It's called I Was a Cloakroom Attendant. It's by Mahatma Kote. And one more. Things to Do at a Party was written by Bob Frapples. So those sound like really good books to read.
Wow.
I'll just stop right there and ask you, Mr. Recca, what have you been watching or playing or reading this week?
This week.
Or whenever.
Yeah, so just finished Last of Us like about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, something like that. But honestly, I've been prepping for SakuraCon, which is this weekend.
Oh,
So,
wow, cool.
Yeah, a lot of like getting my set together and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm playing Final Fantasy 14 like always. So
Okay, cool. Very nice.
I play that very often, almost daily.
I like how you're like, maybe I shouldn't admit this on the air, but almost
Yeah,
daily?
pretty much. Well, I mean, I've been playing it now. God, how long has that game been out? 10 years?
Quite a while.
Easily,
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Gosh, what else am I watching? I just finished the rest of My Hero Academia. That's season 6 is out. Finished Vash the Stampede, so Trigun.
What's
That's
that about?
season 1 on that one. So it's a reboot from the older anime back in the gosh, when was that? Early 90s, late 90s, something like that.
Yeah, I want to say something like that. Yeah.
Late 90s.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a reboot. It's really good too.
Nice. Very nice.
Gosh, what else have I been watching? Hi Card.
Hi, Card. How are you doing?
Yep. And honestly, gosh, that's about it. I haven't really been playing a whole bunch of games the last couple of weeks.
Do you like tower defense games?
I don't hate them.
Okay. Well, if you want to try one that you might not hate, try Bloon 6 on Steam. It's pretty good. I mean, I call it Monkey Go Pop, but it's really called
I'll check it
Bloon
out,
6.
definitely.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's fun. Good. Well, that's cool. So you actually, let me just, because you mentioned this, let me ask you a few things. So SocialCon's coming up. What are your next cons that you're doing that you know of?
Furry or anime?
Ooh, well, let's I guess both, actually, because there are some anime furs out there and everything. So we'll
right.
Find out where us furs can see Recca'd next.
Well, this episode will probably be up after I'm already done with SakuraCon, which is here in Seattle.
That's right.
Because I'll be playing that tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Friday.
So yeah, on 1 to 2 tomorrow.
So for all you furs, last Friday.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I played last Friday.
SakuraCon sorry you missed it, you furs out there.
I think my next FurCon is going to be FWA.
Oh yeah, that's coming up. Cool.
Yeah, nice. I'll be doing a back-to-back set with my friend Coda. We are playing Saturday at midnight. 1? Cool. I don't remember. 1 o'clock, I think.
Are you first going to the FWA? Especially if you haven't seen Recca'd's show before, check it out. Make sure to check the schedule for the actual time, because apparently we're a little bit fuzzy on that right now. But or furry, as it were. Oh, that was stupid. But yeah, go check that out. What about after FWA? Anything in the near sights?
After FWA, we'll probably... That's actually a good question. I know I'm going to do Megaplex MFF, but that does lead us into our Furries in the News. Talking about Anthrocon. I will not be attending Anthrocon.
Oh,
you know why?
Why is that?
Because I didn't get a room. They all sold out in 24 hours.
That's what. Yeah, it went pretty quick. It'll be really interesting to see what the attendance numbers are like this year. Because I agree. Like, rooms sell out pretty quick, but usually still within 24 hours after 24 hours you can get something. But yeah,
did you go to MFF?
I actually have not been to MFF yet. That's one con this pup needs to get to sometime.
So there was this last one. I don't know if you heard the numbers of attendees. It was 13,000.
I did see that, though. Breaking the previous, well, let's see, not the previous year, but the time they ran before that, 2019 or something, was 11,000, but now 13,000. That's like literally a small, maybe medium-sized city. That is crazy.
It was wild. I mean, there were so many people there. It was elbow to elbow trying to get from one place to the next. It was...
Wow.
Oh, it was a lot.
It sounds like Wow.
For somebody like me, like I'm a very extroverted person. I like big crowds, obviously, with the whole DJing thing. And
Yeah.
even there was times where I was kind of like, okay, there's kind of too many people here. So,
Wow.
I don't really get anxiety or anything like that. But there's a couple times where I was like, all right, this kind of sucks.
That's just crazy. So we'll see. Yeah, what happens with the Anthrocon this year? So, Recca, tell us more about how this Anthrocon sold out in 24 hours.
Well, I mean, the anticipation's so high for the Furries return to Pittsburgh this summer that all reserved hotel rooms sold out in less than one day.
And they
The
have
Visit
10
Pittsburgh
hotels.
said. Yeah,
So that's a pretty
crazy.
amazing. Yeah, it's crazy.
7,600 contracted hotel rooms sold out after reservations opened on February 2nd.
That's crazy.
They said it made an extra 1,800 available, expanding room blocks and finding more hotels.
And they still sold all that out within the 24
sold
hours.
all that out. It's
Wow.
insane.
Yeah. With I'm just going to cut you off because that's what I do and just.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah.
The pit, people were going to cons and stuff, or furs were going to cons. Sorry, I didn't mean to be specious there, every fur. And then the pandemic happened, and now that like cons are like back and everything, every fur's like, let's not waste this. So we are going. So for example, I went to TFF, several weeks ago, and it had the biggest attendance of, I think, so they had 7,300.
That's
this
insane.
Year. It's so insane. And the previous record, which was actually the previous time that I'd gone, but the previous record was 5,500 or something like that.
Yeah,
so they grew by about 2,000. It's amazing.
Which is crazy because you were at TFF the same weekend I was at Fernal Equinox in Toronto.
That's right. That happened the same weekend. How'd that go for you?
Oh, it was awesome. Like I had never been to Toronto before or on that side of Canada. And I mean, still there was almost 3,000 furries there as well.
I don't know what the attendance is typically for that. Do you know?
I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, I know I want to say it was a little bit under 3,000, I think.
Yeah, actually, Toronto, because US has the biggest, 7 cons in the world.
Yep.
And I think probably number 7 is at 4,000 or something. So 3,000 is pretty good then. Yeah. I have 2 more cons this year that this pup is going to, and I'm going to Denver for the first time in August. And
nice. That's a fun con. I forgot about that one. I should be there too.
Yeah, you should. And then I can hug you tight with pausies in the fluff.
Of course.
Yeah. So I haven't been. I'm looking forward to it, but it's typically around 3,000, and it will be actually interesting to see if its numbers rise too, because of all this. Yeah. Interesting. So what else can you tell us about Anthrocon, Mr. Recca?
Well, the organization has been working with AC since 2006 to host the international convention. There's also citywide events planned, like a block party and a parade on July 1, which everyone's always invited to.
Yeah. It's so cool how, like, the whole city, like, it's literally a city event for Anthrocon. It's like, so cool.
So, actually, you've been to Anthrocon before, right?
I've been once, yes.
Just once? Yeah, so
2018.
I've gone, oh, God, I'm going to say I've probably gone, like, 5 times, 4 times, something like that. I haven't been back since 2018.
The last time I was at AC was the last time you were at AC. Yes.
Yep.
Wow, nice.
So I definitely, I want to, it's still on my list.
Right.
So, I mean, like, if I can go, I'll try my best to go. But this year is just not in the cards. It's way too expensive to fly there. I also am on call that week. So
that doesn't, that doesn't exactly help. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to go back to AC, but one thing that so my hubby went with me that year when we went, and definitely, I mean, lots of notable things, obviously, but one notable thing is because that the David Lawrence Center convention center is so huge. What is it, like 3 million square blocks or something?
Very big.
It's so big. We tracked it that entire weekend, and we were inside most of the time. The entire weekend, we walked 29.5 miles just within the convention center and the hotel.
That's insane. So that's kind of like me with MFF. Like, I walked almost 50 miles that weekend.
Holy cow! Moo, 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 fluff. That is a holy cow moo flower.
Yeah, but I was also like the second furthest hotel away from the convention center and from like the main ballroom, and I was just back and forth, and it just, my feet hurt so bad that weekend.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I mean, you guys are exercised that weekend. Yeah, you don't stop. Yeah, that's amazing. But so, yeah, Anthrocon, it'll be really interesting to see how that goes, what the numbers are like and everything. It's so cool, like when you go there, how like the cafes out that aren't even close to the convention center, they all have like welcome back furries, and they have special furry named drinks and everything, and they're so welcoming, and it's just really, really cool. So that brings us to, I did want to ask too, on that note, so at FurCons, since we're on that subject, at FurCons you DJ and stuff, what other things do you like to do at FurCons? Do you like to hang out? Do you go to panels? What do you do?
So dance comp is one of the things I normally try and go over to. Nice. I used to participate in the dance comps back in the day. Let's see, Floor Wars. Those are always fun as well.
Yes.
I also try to catch other DJ sets that, I'm not too familiar with, or, other people are talking about, just, to see how, absolutely. Just to see how they're doing, how their crowd interaction is and stuff like that. And,
very cool.
If they're doing something that, I think is great, give them encouragement, or, if they're doing something that they have questions on, try and help mentor as well. So, but besides hanging out with my friends and everything like that, have a couple drinks and hang out.
Yeah, no, that's very cool. You mentioned Floor Wars, and actually, because I'm very proud of myself for this, it's actually not a big deal to any fur out there, but at TFF, I usually do dance comp type things. Like, I haven't actually been in dance comp recently, but, I've done dance comp several times, and Floor Wars I'll do often. So Floor Wars, they had a little Floor Wars at TFF, and this pup got to pass the first round. It's the first time I have ever got to past the first round, and so I'm very excited about that. Yeah, but of course, these things are like, it's all random. Of course, who you're going to dance against.
Exactly.
There were some really good, like I could have easily, like there was a fur that did like standing backflips. Literally, you can go on, and he does like breakdancing and standing backflips, and it's amazing.
Oh, doing like the b-boy stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was not up against him, because I would have not passed first round if I was. But anyway, I'm excited that I did that.
Very good. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was good stuff. So let's see. Hey, Rayne.
Yes, Taebyn.
We would like to hear a movie review from a certain staff member named Cheetaro. Recca, we have a staff for the show. Isn't that crazy? We have a staff.
Nice.
And it's not like we have trouble getting around because we need a staff.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I actually need a lot of help because of all the like tomatoes that are thrown at me and things.
Yeah.
So what special thing do we have about movies from Cheetaro this week?
I have Cheetaro here with me, and he is going to give us a movie review. What movie are you reviewing for us this week, Cheetaro?
Well, this week it is Latte and the Magic Waterstone. It's a movie from 2020 that's on Netflix, actually.
Cool.
And so, yeah, it's kind of an interesting movie. First off, Latte is the name of this hedgehog, who is the main character, obviously, in the movie.
Cute name for a hedgehog.
Hedgehogs are so adorable.
Yes.
Right? Exactly. And basically, it starts out with her playing around in the forest, and then she's playing around, and she ends up getting tired, and then she falls asleep in a tree. And then the next thing that they show is there's a rabbit and a squirrel, and they're at a waterfall. Well, it's not really a waterfall because there's no water falling from it. It's just kind of slowly trickling down, into these pumpkins where they're collecting the water because the waterfall isn't working, so to speak. So they agree, because the amount of water that is coming from the waterfall is lessening each day, that they need to have something done. So they decide that they're going to have a great council. And so that happens. And then the very next thing that happens is that there's a squirrel, a little squirrel actually, who is being bullied by two rabbits and a couple of pigs.
Those darn rabbits.
I know, they're always getting into trouble.
I know,
especially,
bullies.
They're just bullies. Yeah. Sorry, all you furs that are rabbits out there. But Latte ends up helping this little squirrel get rid of the bully. And of course, then the little squirrel and Latte end up having an interaction that ended up taking them to the waterfall, which is, well, not really falling water, but, there he is. And so they're fooling around and something happens and Latte accidentally makes the squirrel fall into one of the water pumpkins and it broke.
Oh, no.
It breaks. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, no, we shouldn't say anything because, the hedgehog is always concerned about the fact that nobody likes her and she's always getting blamed for everything. So she says, we shouldn't say anything about this. Well, the little squirrel says, no, my dad always says that you need to tell the truth.
Which is right.
They end up, absolutely. The truth always sets you free, right?
Well, at least it gets you in less trouble.
For sure. And, well, so now all the animals have gathered in the forest at this great council and they're saying to themselves, okay, what do we need to do about this problem of the water? And then all of a sudden, one of them said, well, one of the pumpkins is broke. And the little squirrel ends up coming in and saying, I'm sorry, Dad, I broke the pumpkin, it's all my fault, blah, blah, blah. And he said, well, you still have to do something. Well, then, at this moment, a raven comes by and flies into the council meeting. And he tells the story about this magic water stone, that basically this water stone helps to flow the water down the waterfall. And everybody had water back then. But unfortunately, this big bear ends up stealing this water stone.
His name wasn't Barely, was it?
No.
Oh,
definitely
goodness.
No.
Thank goodness. I would be very upset if it was him.
So this bear has stolen this water stone, and everybody says, well, we need to do something about it. Someone needs to go get this water stone. Well, who ends up speaking up and says, I'm going to go do it? But Latte, the hedgehog, says, I'm going to go find it. I'm going to prove myself because I know that's out there and I'm going to go find it. So she starts out on her journey by herself, but a squirrel decided that he needed to follow after her because he didn't want her to get lost in the forest. And he also keeps trying to get her to come back to, the forest. But then they end up getting chased by a lynx. All sorts of stuff happens. The lynx ends up, falling, not to its death, but just falling and getting away from them, and they kind of are okay. Well, they also have several other interactions with different animals. Like they had an interaction with a beaver. They had an interesting interaction with the beaver because the beaver, of course, was trying to build a dam and says, you just wait until this water comes. We're going to have this wonderful, dam, and it's going to, everything.
As beavers do.
Well, absolutely. And they're the best animals, because they love to build things, of course, right?
They are the best damn animals.
Right? So Latte and the squirrel end up getting separated at one point on their journey to getting this water stone. And what happens is Latte ends up running into another hedgehog who at first says, that get away from me. I don't want you near me because hedgehogs are solitary animals, so on and so forth. And then he says, okay, because Latte starts crying and he says, okay, I'll take you to the water stone or at least to the bear's lair so you can find the water stone and everything will be fine.
The bear's lair. That is what
the bear lair. Yeah.
That is what we need to call Barely's house. The bear's lair.
The bear's lair. Hey, I think Barely would love that.
I think he would too.
And so the squirrel, because they got separated, ends up trying to go find Latte, and in the aspect ends up falling out of a tree, and right where these bear cubs are being trained by a bigger bear. And so the squirrel ends up making a friend out of one of these bears, which just so happens to be the king bear's son, so to speak. And so they end up making friends, and certain things happen, which I'm not going to talk about in this because you have to watch the movie to be able to understand. So certain things happen, and I will say they do end up taking the water stone, and it's rather hilarious. I will say there's this one scene in the bear's lair while they're trying to steal the water stone where the king bear is getting all of the other bears to dance to do water dancing. They're all doing choreography and swimming and dancing and all sorts of stuff. It's a wonderful moment. So they end up stealing the water stone, but then that's when some other trouble begins, and that's where I'm going to pause this, because if I say any more, I'll wreck the rest of the movie.
Wow, it sounds like a great movie.
It is. It's entertaining. There's a couple of parts that are a little sad, but for the most part, it's a funny movie because there's all sorts of little quips and jokes that happen throughout.
Nice.
The animation is pretty good, and so I would say, in terms of this movie, for me, in terms of my rating, I would give this definitely 4 chirps. Because,
oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie. It kept my attention. And from the very beginning, there were no really big lollygags or anything like that. So it was actually pretty good. So
Great.
I recommend it to everybody out there. All you furs, go watch it on Netflix. It's awesome.
I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Cheetaro. And what are you going to review for us next time?
I'm kind of torn between a couple of different things, but I have to make my decision, of course. But I'm going to make it a surprise for next time.
Excellent. We'll be waiting with bated breath to find out what it is.
For sure. Well, all you furs out there, enjoy the movie and have a great rest of your day, night, weekend, whatever.
Thank you, Cheetaro.
Some upcoming events. So Furlandia is returning to Portland, Oregon, May 26th through 28th. Both me and Rayne are going to be at Furlandia. I'll be actually emceeing the dance comp, actually. So that'll be
nice.
At the moment, things change all the time, so we'll see. But at the moment, I'm judging for prelims, or helping judge for prelims, and emceeing the finals, I think. So that'll be fun. So Recca, I've emceed dance comps before at these FurCons, and you probably aren't too shocked to hear that there are puns involving the furs' names that are coming up, and I feel so bad for them, but I do it anyway. So anyway, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm not shocked at all.
Yeah, no, not at all. So Furlandia's coming up. NormandyCon 2023 is coming up that same weekend in Nashville. I think at that con they are up 24/7 with no problem, because they are at the, wait for it, okay, wait a little bit more, wait for it. Okay, now I'll tell you, they are up 24/7 because they are at the Maxwell House.
And if for those out there that didn't get that, that's a coffee joke.
That's a I'm so glad Recca'd got it. That's really great. Oh, Maxwell in my cup. So then
Folgers in my cup.
Folgers in my cup. That's right. Maxwell is in my house. In the house. I don't know.
I actually don't remember Maxwell House's slogan.
I don't either. I think it had something to do with.
I thought it was just a jingle.
Plant. A jingle.
Banana plant.
Recca, did you know that I am a pup?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, good. It turns out that furs don't have any idea what I'm talking about most of the time, and there's a reason for that. So the same weekend, Confuzzled is, I find it really, I remember this, so BFFT, so we have a chat for the podcast here, so the BFFT chat, and I remember once long ago, they were just, some fur had just, maybe it was TikTok, I don't remember, had just listened to one of the pup-episodes, and they said on the chat that, Taebyn's like when you go to a restaurant and order something, and you get something completely different. It's like, where did that even come from? That is not even on the menu. And that's what it's like interacting with Taebyn. And I think there's something to that.
It's fine.
And that's... Anyway, so that same weekend is Confuzzled, May 26th through 30th in Hilton, Birmingham Metropole in the United Kingdom. Then June 16th through 18th is Stratus Fur at the Houston Marriott, June 16th through 18th. Then the next weekend in PortCon, Maine is PortCon, Maine in Portland, Maine in Southport, Maine, at the Doubletree Hilton Hotel in, did I tell you, but I'll tell you, it's in Portland, Maine. Oh, I feel like a lion because of all of how I'm getting stuck in my mane. I didn't even deserve that, so thank you, Rayne, for that.
Charity rim shot.
It's very much so, very much. Let us talk about some trivia. Oh, I didn't do my Furries in the News thing.
No, that's because Recca stole your thunder.
He did.
This is the first time in a long time that we haven't done the Furries in the News thing.
It is. Okay, so I'll ask Recca. I mean, you probably have no idea what my Furries in the News thing is, I imagine.
No.
So let me just say, and then I'm going to tell you what it is, and then you can either say yes, do it, or no, don't do it. Let's just get on to trivia. So we started the Furries in the News section long ago. Of course, we talked about Furries in the News and everything. And early on, I started like this, when Barely would announce Furries in the News, I would say like, Furries in the News, like, you know, if you remember Pigs in Space from the Muppets.
Ew.
Then it quickly morphed into me like, Lux Operon said it's singing. It's not. It's more like
Caterwauling.
Whatever your least favorite animal is, falling down a manhole and onto a whole bunch of double-edged swords and still surviving and telling the waiter all about it or something. So it's really horrible and stupid, but it's something I do. And I don't pre-plan it. I do Furries in the News, but then in that genre of falling down and hurting yourself and everything. So,
do you have a story for it?
No, I mean, well, you did. I mean, the story was the Anthocron thing. So normally I would do the thing and then we do the story. So.
Oh, do you just want to do that so you can add it in?
Kinda, but I wanted to ask you, do you want to suffer immensely and be in pain? Or would you rather just do trivia where you don't have to suffer and be in pain?
I don't want to suffer.
Okay, so we'll skip that. And if you're ever in the mood to suffer, listen to any one of the episodes and listen to me do the Furries in the News thing. And it changes every week, so you can suffer in different ways each week.
Wow.
All right. It's like that cube from Hellraiser. You just keep changing the combination up.
Welcome to the worst nightmare of all. Reality.
You just keep, it really does. So with that is my intro to trivia.
Thank you, Taebyn. So this is going to be a 3-question for each of you trivia challenge. So whoever gets the most trivia questions correct wins the challenge. And since Recca is our guest host, he gets the first question. Recca, if feline is used to describe cat-like, what word describes bear-like?
I hear him going.
I have no idea.
It is ursine.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have got that.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's a good thing Barely's not here to hear that.
Yeah, and he's not. He doesn't even listen to these episodes if he's not on it, so he's not even going to know.
True, he probably will never know. We could say whatever we wanted to. Okay, Taebyn.
Hi.
Your first question.
Boop.
Who played the inventor in the 1989 film Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
The inventor. I actually do not have to use puppy logic. So, Recca, often I have to use puppy logic to figure things out, but I think I actually know that the answer is Rick Moranis.
That is correct. Rick Moranis.
I actually got something right.
Yes.
Oh, my cow. Oh.
You're doing good. That's 2 weeks in a row you got at least one right.
Wow.
All right, Recca.
Yeah.
What artist performed the song titled Bebopalula?
I think I know this. Recca, I hope you get this because I think even I know this one.
I have no idea.
Okay, pressure.
That would be Gene Vincent.
I did not know the correct answer.
I did not either. I thought it was somebody else.
Yeah, I thought it was Cyndi Lauper, and that wasn't right.
All right, Taebyn.
Hi.
Who played the role of Andy Dufresne in the movie The Shawshank Redemption?
I think I'm going to have to use my puppy logic on this one. So say the question again.
Okay. Who played the role of Andy Dufresne in the movie The Shawshank Redemption?
Okay, so Andy Dufresne, he was in a popular TV sitcom called My Cheese is Everywhere. So it has, and then Shawshank.
I know this one.
Yeah, see, I gave it away just right now. I just gave it away. And then Shawshank Redemption, you know, when you go to a ska show and you have to be revindicated for it, you go to the Ska Skank Redemption.
Oh.
So we've got some cheese at the ska show. We've got Andy. We've got a movie. Oh, I know what the answer is. The answer is, of course, my life as a hippopotamus.
No, it was Tim Robbins.
Oh!
Such a promising start.
It really, really was. But I think the problem was I ended up saying the name of a movie, not the name of an actual person. So that's probably what did me in.
Recca.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is this our third question or second question?
Third.
Okay,
Well, my third. Yeah.
Third question. Okay. What is the triangular Asian pastry containing spiced?
Now I'm hungry.
And again, what is the triangular?
Let's go with what is the triangular Indian pastry containing spiced meat? You're gonna feel silly when you find it out if you don't know it.
Well, so I went to India back in like 2007.
Sometimes it has potatoes in it as well.
It starts with an S.
It does.
Samosa?
That is correct. So we are all tied up.
Good job.
So Taebyn,
Nice.
you have to get this one right in order to at least make us a tiebreaker.
Cow.
Yes. So let me pick a good one for you.
Oh my cow. Moo bark fluff.
Taebyn, what does the Energizer Bunny wear on his feet?
Bunny slippers.
Ooh, no. He wears flip-flops.
I was going to say sandals, but it's the same thing. Yeah.
Close to the same things, yeah. So that means that Recca has won.
Oh, Recca, wow.
Yeah, sure.
You're smarter than this fluffy pup right here. Oh, so this reminds me, another fur we've had on the show, both as guest and co-host several times, was Bucktown Tiger.
Indeed.
You know Bucktown?
Oh, yes. I'm
Yeah.
very familiar.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
terrorized
such a great
both Taebyn and myself playing Jeopardy with him. And
Yeah.
he beat both of us like
He's a very
redheaded
smart man.
stepchildren.
He's very smart.
Gosh, yes,
He's a very smart man.
Well,
So
He was
smart.
on Jeopardy, right?
Yes, he
Oh,
was.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
been on
He actually did
Tournament of
really good.
Champions.
Yeah.
He's been in like tournament rounds and stuff.
Yes.
It's amazing.
He's a very smart man.
Every time he's on the show, I come up with some furry Jeopardy things. Things like, what's the fluffiest dog? And stuff. So it's kind of fun.
And he still beats us every time.
Even though I come up with the questions, he
Yes.
still like beats us every time. It's like,
Yes.
or the answers, I should say.
Yes, because we do it in reverse, because Jeopardy style.
So, Mr. Rayne,
Yes.
what does that bring us to?
Well, we've done it yet again. I don't know how, but we have. We've done the podcast thing, and
We did.
that means we are at the end of the show.
Yes, so let's do our closing remark things. So, Recca, actually,
Yes, sir.
before I let you do your closing remarks, and this may actually be part of them, but I would ask to like you. I would like to like you. I already like you, so I don't have to want to like you. I don't know what I'm talking
You're
about.
making my editing job really hard. Stop it.
Yeah, so I'm like, what?
So, 2 questions. 1, what would you like other furs out there listening to the show to know about you?
There's that's a tough one. I'm a DJ. No, I would say
And
if
he's
you
the
guys
rapper.
if you guys want to know more about me, you guys can find me on Twitter. You guys can find me on Mixcloud. It's all my socials are basically the same. So it's YouTube, Twitter, Mixcloud, Instagram, Facebook. It's all DJ Recca, all one word.
Nice.
Except for my Twitter. It's an underscore in between it. But everything else is DJ Recca. So you guys
Twitter
can
probably
see
is not going to be
videos.
around that much longer anyways. I mean, the
Right.
way that Elon Musk is running it, it's probably going to go to the wayside pretty soon.
Yeah, so YouTube, you guys can see I post mixes there. I post videos of cons that I've gone to and played, and like you guys can see the crowd and everything. My Mixcloud is where I post all my mixes, so you guys can go there and listen.
Very nice. Yes, very nice.
Yeah.
Please check it out, all you furs. Here's some hopping tunes from the DJ Recca. And do you have, my second question is, do you have a parting shot? So that is wise words of wisdom for the fandom.
Yeah, if you're gonna do something, do it right the first time.
There you go. Just do it. Just do it all out. There you go.
And also, my catchphrase, get wrecked.
Yes. You have a t-shirt, so all you furs, get that DJ Recca merch. He's got some good stuff up there. So your closing remarks, Recca, and then I'll do mine, and then I will let us leave this show for the week.
I think that's all I got, man.
Nice.
Thank you guys so much for having me on the show, and it was a pleasure.
Thank you so much for being on the show. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you for taking time. You're going to go see an awesome movie, and that's exciting. And so then I say all the things I say always, but it's really true. Thank you so much, all you furs out there, for listening, especially if you're still listening after all that. I mean, we had some laughs, we had some tears. There were probably like lots of tears like every time I talk. We got seasick. It was amazing and wonderful. We had this wonderful co-host this week, DJ Recca. Such an awesome fur. Make sure to check him out at cons. We had Rayne Raccoon, awesome fur, producer, helping produce the show. Very great.
Thank you.
And make sure to check him out. Hopefully at Berlandia, he'll be doing some shows. Other than that, make sure to check out his sets at cons. But yes, thank you all you first for checking us out and listening. It means so much for us just that you listen. Of course, you can also support the show and support us, helping to keep the lights on by going to Patreon. We have a Ko-Fi, Redbubble, all that good stuff. Go to the BFFT webpage and you can check that out. Also join the BFFT chat and say hi. Be good stuff. And anyway, so thank you so much. We hug you tight with pauses. We can't wait to see you and bark at you next time. So until then, I say stay furry and moo bark fluff.
Moo bark fluff.
Bark fluff, everyone.
Barely Furcasting is an Injured Nerves studio production and is found on all major podcast platforms or can be heard directly at barelyfurcasting.com. The opinions expressed here are those of the hosts and the guests, and no commercial compensation was granted. The Furcast is produced, recorded, and directed by Barely Normal aka Mike Began and is edited by Barely Normal and co-producer Rayne Raccoon. This week's episode was produced, recorded, and edited by Rayne Raccoon. Opening and closing theme music as well as some interstitial music was created for Injured Nerves Productions for the use on the podcast by our music associate Recca'd with Damian Tanuki. If you would like to hear more music by Recca'd, you can search for Tweezer Beak on Bandcamp or Hoop Loop Tunes on SoundCloud. Other interstitial and background music by Shane Ivers through silvermansound.com, Gator Tots on SoundCloud.com, and the YouTube Free Use Library. Social media presence is maintained by Ziggy the Meme Weasel. Transformation Station was created by Lux Operon and is produced, directed, and edited by Rayne Raccoon. You can send us a message via email at barelyfurcasting@gmail.com or on our Telegram chat at BFFT chat, on Twitter, on our Facebook page, or on the barelyfurcasting.com webpage. The show is supported through subscriptions on barelyfurcasting.com, donations at ko-fi.com/barelyfurcasting, or through Patreon at patreon.com barelyfurcasting. Thanks for listening. We hope you come back and listen next week.